Welcome back, my friend. I am so glad you are here again with me at Healthy Hues Wellness, the place where we don't just grow older, we grow stronger. Let me ask you something that most people never dare to ask. What if I told you that your muscles don't have to vanish with age? What if your legs, your arms, even your balance could still feel powerful at 80 just as they did at 40? At first it may sound unbelievable, but it is not. And today you are going to see exactly why. There is a hidden condition most people never talk about. Its name is sarcopenia. Think of it as a quiet thief, a slow intruder that creeps into the lives of over 50 million seniors every single year. It doesn't knock on your door. It doesn't ask permission. It just chips away at your independence. One missed step, one awkward fall, one moment when you realize your strength has slipped away. But here is the truth that most doctors never mention. And this comes not from me, but from research and real-life stories I have witnessed through the work of Dr. Thalo Marcos and many others. There are men and women in their 80s still hiking mountain trails in their 90s, still lifting weights, and some even outrunning people half their age. How is that possible? It is not because they were born with lucky genes. It is not because they paid for expensive treatments. It is not even because of pure chance. The real secret is found in their daily habits. 7 simple habits that science has now proven can reverse age-related muscle loss and restore strength you may think is gone forever. So here is what I want you to do. Take a deep breath, settle in, maybe even sip a warm cup of tea, because today we are about to walk together through one of the most empowering lessons you could ever learn for your future. Your body is still listening. It has not given up on you. It is simply waiting for you to take the lead again. Now, before we go further, let me remind you to subscribe to Healthy Hues Wellness and ring that bell icon so you never miss a single tip designed to help you live stronger for longer. And if you feel inspired, share where you are tuning in from down in the comments. I love seeing the community grow across the world. Are you ready? Let's begin with habit number 7. And trust me, this is one of the most surprising of them all. Habit number 7 is something called hormetic stress. At first glance, it may sound complicated, but here's the idea. What if just a little discomfort, just a few seconds a day, could wake up your muscles and tell them it's time to grow stronger again? Strange as it sounds, that is exactly the hidden power used by some of the strongest seniors alive today. The science has a name, hormesis. It is a biological principle that means when your body experiences small controlled amounts of stress, just enough to challenge it without overwhelming it, it responds with healing regeneration and strength building. You have probably heard the old saying, "What does not kill you makes you stronger." In this case, it is not just a saying, it is backed by real research. Scientists at the Buck Institute for Research on Aging discovered that when seniors were exposed to brief mild stress like temperature changes or short periods of fasting, their cells activated special survival pathways. These pathways work to protect the body, repair muscle tissue, and even grow new mitochondria. Those tiny power plants inside your cells that fuel your energy and stamina. So how do real people apply hormetic stress in daily life? They don't run marathons. They don't punish themselves with hours of grueling exercise. Instead, they choose simple, gentle practices that anyone over 60 can safely try. The first technique is cold exposure. And no, you don't need to jump into a frozen lake. Something as simple as finishing your morning shower with 30 to 60 seconds of cold water can do the trick. That quick burst of chill activates brown fat, boosts your metabolism, and sends a message to your muscles. Stay strong, stay resilient. And if the cold feels too extreme, there is another option. Heat. Regular sauna use, especially in studies from Finland, has been shown to cut age-related muscle loss by 40% over time. That is not magic. That is the body's natural response powered by heat shock proteins that protect and repair muscle tissue. Think about that for a moment. Just a short, controlled moment of stress. Whether it is a splash of cold water or a warm sauna session can spark a chain reaction inside your body that strengthens you at the cellular level. That is the power of hormetic stress. And it is only the beginning of the 7 habits that can completely change the way you age. Regular sauna use has been shown in long-term Finnish studies to cut muscle loss by nearly 40%. That is not magic, it is science. When the body is exposed to controlled heat, it produces what are called heat shock proteins. These tiny protectors step in to repair and shield your muscle fibers from the slow wear and tear of aging. It is the body's way of turning stress into strength. But heat is not the only tool. Another powerful habit is intermittent fasting. And no, this does not mean starving yourself or skipping food until you are weak. It means choosing a simple eating window, usually 8 to 10 hours a day, and letting your body rest from digestion outside of that time. When you do this, you activate a process called autophagy, the natural cleansing cycle inside your cells. Old and damaged cells are recycled and space is made for stronger, healthier ones. Research from the Salk Institute has shown that this practice alone can boost mitochondrial performance in muscles by more than 10% in just 12 weeks. Imagine that: more energy, more endurance simply by giving your body time to reset each day. The third technique is something almost anyone can do, and it takes only seconds: isometric contractions. Picture yourself pressing your palms together with full effort for 10 seconds. That is an isometric exercise. Or think about pushing hard against a wall that will never move, or pulling on a resistance band that does not stretch any further. Even holding a light weight steady in midair counts. At first it feels almost too simple, but the results are powerful. These short bursts of high effort keep your muscles awake, sharpen your coordination, and maintain your strength without putting unnecessary strain on your joints. Many people well into their 70s, 80s, even 90s rely on these movements to stay strong without injury. There is one important key: the stress must be short and controlled. This is not about punishing your body, it is about balance, a gentle challenge followed by proper recovery. Done this way, your body awakens longevity genes like FOXO and sirtuins. These genes are directly tied to preserving muscle, improving metabolic health, and slowing the march of aging itself. What does this mean for you in daily life? It means that muscle loss does not have to be your destiny. You do not need to chase the identity of a bodybuilder or devote endless hours to the gym. You simply need to train your body to adapt using one of nature's most ancient and reliable secrets: gentle stress, a 30-second cold rinse at the end of your shower, an 8-hour eating window, a 10-second isometric push. Each of these small actions is like casting a vote for your future, a choice that says yes to strength, yes to independence, yes to the life you still have ahead of you. And the greatest gift is this: you are not only rebuilding muscle, you are rebuilding your confidence, the belief that your body still listens, that it can still respond, and that you can still trust it to carry you through the moments that matter most. Now it is time to move on to habit number 6. This is a strategy that has transformed the lives of countless people who thought their strength was gone for good. It is called protein timing, and it teaches us a simple but overlooked truth: when you eat is just as important as what you eat. Think about it. Have you ever noticed that even when you are eating enough protein, your muscles still feel weaker with age? The problem often is not the amount, but the timing. As we get older, our bodies develop something researchers call anabolic resistance. This means our muscles become less efficient at using protein to repair and grow. It is one of the sneakiest reasons behind muscle loss in seniors. The encouraging news is that you can outsmart this process with one change. Instead of saving most of your protein for one large dinner, divide it evenly throughout the day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, each one including a steady dose of protein. Why is this so effective? Because your muscles can only absorb and use a limited amount of protein at once. Anything beyond that goes to waste. A groundbreaking study in the Journal of Nutrition showed that seniors who spread their protein across multiple meals increased muscle protein synthesis by up to 25%. Let that sink in. The same amount of protein used more wisely simply by changing when you eat. That is the power of timing. And that is the first step in bringing your strength back. Strong and vibrant seniors, the ones often called superagers, have discovered a simple but powerful way to apply the strategy of protein timing in everyday life. They never skip protein at breakfast, Instead of relying on a slice of toast or a bowl of sugary cereal, they begin their morning with foods like Greek yogurt, scrambled eggs, or a protein smoothie. These options deliver a steady stream of amino acids to their muscles right when the body needs them most immediately after an overnight fast. By lunchtime, their meals might include lean meats, legumes, or nutrient-dense grains like quinoa. Dinner completes the balance with salmon chicken beans or tofu. Their goal is consistent to reach about 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at each meal. This approach has been tested in real-life research. In a 12-week study at the University of Texas, seniors who followed the protein timing strategy gained an average of 1.2 pounds of lean muscle without changing anything else about their lifestyle. That result is powerful because it proves something important. Real transformation does not always demand more food or endless hours of exercise. Sometimes the biggest breakthroughs come from being smarter about the habits we already have. If you are serious about restoring strength and keeping your independence as you age, this is a small but mighty change you can make. Restructure your meals so protein is spread evenly throughout the day. Make it a priority at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, not just at the evening meal. Building strength is not only about lifting weights, it is also about lifting your nutrition game to match the needs of a body that is changing with time. This brings us to the next daily habit, one that has kept countless seniors steady on their feet well into their 70s, 80s, and even 90s. It begins with something simple yet often overlooked: the sunshine vitamin. Habit number 5, optimizing vitamin D levels. Vitamin D is often misunderstood, reduced in conversations to a nutrient for bones or immunity, but the truth is far greater. For seniors, vitamin D is one of the most critical keys to maintaining muscle mass balance and coordination. The reality is striking. More than 80% of seniors are deficient in vitamin D, the very nutrient that could determine whether you walk confidently or struggle to walk at all. Researchers at Harvard University have shown that vitamin D activates specific genes inside your cells, genes that directly build and preserve muscle fibers. Without enough of it, your muscles cannot respond properly to protein or exercise. That means no strength gains, no stability, and a higher risk of dangerous falls. The evidence is clear. A landmark study published in JAMA Internal Medicine revealed that seniors with optimal vitamin D levels had 25% greater muscle strength than those who were deficient. They also reacted faster, moved with better coordination, and maintained stronger balance. This matters deeply because falls are not just accidents. They are one of the leading causes of hospitalization and loss of independence in older adults. Vitamin D plays a central role in preventing that outcome. Here lies the challenge. As we age, our skin becomes about 50% less efficient at converting sunlight into vitamin D. Even if you spend time outdoors, your body may not be producing enough. And if your diet lacks the right foods or supplements, the gap only widens. So what do smart, strong seniors, the superagers, do differently? They take proactive control of their vitamin D levels. And the first step is always the same: test, do not guess. A simple blood test ordered by your doctor can reveal your current levels. The target is 40 nanograms per milliliter or higher, the range where studies show the biggest benefits for muscle health and fall prevention. Step 2 in optimizing vitamin D is to supplement wisely. While the official guideline often mentions 600 IU per day, research and practical experience show that most seniors actually need between 2,000 and 4,000 IU of vitamin D3 daily to reach truly optimal levels. This is especially true during the winter months or in seasons when sunlight exposure is limited. One important detail to remember is that vitamin D should always be taken with a meal that includes healthy fats, because this dramatically improves absorption. There is also a pro tip many overlook. Choose a supplement that combines vitamin D with vitamin K2. The two nutrients work in synergy. Vitamin K2 helps direct calcium to your bones where it belongs and keeps it away from your arteries where it can cause harm. Together, they protect both your muscles and your heart. Step 3 is to embrace the sun safely. When possible, spend 15 to 20 minutes in direct midday sunlight several times a week. This provides your body with a natural boost of vitamin D production, The key is moderation. Enough sun to create the benefit, but not so much that it leads to sunburn or skin damage. Step 4 is to nourish your body with vitamin D-rich foods. Fatty fish such as salmon and mackerel egg yolks and fortified dairy products are excellent choices. For vegetarians, mushrooms that have been exposed to sunlight are among the best plant-based options. When you put these steps together and maintain strong vitamin D levels, the results are powerful. You regain the ability to move with confidence. You step out of bed without pain, climb stairs without hesitation, and maintain the independence that gives you freedom. Vitamin D does not just support your muscles, it supports your entire life. This is why checking your vitamin D levels regularly may be one of the most important small steps you ever take to stay strong and active well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Now we move to habit number 4, managing inflammation every day. Many people think stiff joints, low energy, or difficulty moving are just natural parts of aging. But in reality, much of this discomfort is linked to something more subtle, chronic inflammation. In the world of muscle loss, inflammation acts like a hidden villain. Scientists have even given it a name, inflammaging. It refers to the low-grade, ongoing inflammation that silently erodes your muscles over time, even if you are eating well and exercising. The danger is that most people do not even realize it is happening until the effects are obvious. Legs weaken, balance declines, and independence feels more fragile. Researchers at Tufts University revealed something striking. Seniors with the highest levels of inflammatory markers lost muscle mass 3 times faster than those with the lowest levels. It did not matter how much protein they consumed or how often they exercised. Silent inflammation was working against them from within. But here is the good news. You have the power to reverse this process. Superagers, those rare individuals who remain strong and vibrant into their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, all share one trait. They actively work to reduce inflammation daily. They do it through intentional, consistent habits. The first is prioritizing quality sleep. Restorative sleep has been shown to reduce inflammatory cytokines by as much as 40%. Superagers stick to a regular bedtime sleep in complete darkness and give their bodies the chance to recover deeply each night. This simple practice becomes a powerful shield for their muscles. The second is caring for gut health. Your gut is the command center of inflammation. When it is unbalanced or disrupted, the immune system can turn against the body itself. Superagers focus on feeding their microbiome with variety. They eat more than 30 different plant-based foods per week. They also include fermented foods like kefir, yogurt, and sauerkraut. This diversity of fiber and probiotics supports gut health, calms inflammation throughout the system, and enhances nutrient absorption, especially nutrients critical for repairing and maintaining muscle. The third way superagers protect their strength is by learning to move smartly. Exercise is essential, but pushing the body too hard with constant high-intensity training can actually trigger inflammation instead of fighting it. That is why superagers choose a balanced approach. Most days they train at a moderate intensity, keeping their bodies active and engaged without overwhelming their systems. Once or twice a week, they add short bursts of higher effort to challenge themselves just enough. Their movement is intentional, built on purpose, not punishment. They also understand that food is not just fuel, it is medicine. They fill their plates with anti-inflammatory nutrients that act like fire extinguishers inside the body. Omega-3 fatty acids, about 2 to 3 grams a day from fatty fish or quality supplements, help calm inflammation. Curcumin from turmeric adds powerful support. Polyphenol-rich foods such as berries, olive oil, and green tea work in harmony to reduce the silent burn that weakens muscles over time. These choices create space for muscle tissue to grow, repair, and thrive. Even a simple blood test called high-sensitivity C-reactive protein, or HSCRP, can reveal the state of inflammation in the body. Ordinary seniors often show levels between 3 to 5 milligrams per liter. Superagers, on the other hand, consistently aim for levels below 1 milligram per liter. That difference means protection, resilience, and a future with more independence. The truth is simple. If you do not take steps to manage inflammation, it will manage you. It is a silent thief, slowly eroding your strength until something as simple as standing up from a chair feels like climbing a hill. But when you choose to address it literally and figuratively, taking steps to reduce inflammation, you reclaim more than muscle. You reclaim your freedom. With consistent sleep, a healthy gut, intentional movement, and nourishing food, the body responds, and every pain-free step becomes proof of change. This leads us to habit number 3, taking a specific vitamin daily, what can be called the micronutrient multiplier for muscle strength. When most people think about building or maintaining muscle, the first images that come to mind are protein shakes and dumbbells. But leading researchers in aging and longevity have made something very clear. Muscle health is not only about macronutrients like protein or carbohydrates, it is equally about micronutrients, the vitamins and minerals that quietly support every process behind the scenes. These are the overlooked engineers of strength guiding repair, growth, and preservation. One of the most important is magnesium, often called the forgotten electrolyte for muscle health by experts at the University of Vermont. Magnesium is essential for more than 300 enzymatic processes in the body. It plays a direct role in muscle contraction, energy metabolism, and protein synthesis. Yet more than 70% of older adults are deficient. The consequences are real and severe: slower reaction times, painful muscle cramps, reduced endurance, and even a 30% decline in grip strength. A 2021 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition revealed that nearly all superagers who maintain youthful strength have optimal magnesium levels. They achieve this not just through supplements, often in highly absorbable forms like magnesium glycinate or threonate, but also through daily foods. Leafy greens, almonds, pumpkin seeds, and even dark chocolate are staples that help them keep their magnesium stores strong. Next is creatine, a nutrient often misunderstood as something used only by young bodybuilders. This stereotype is misleading. Research from McMaster University has shown that older adults who supplemented with just 3 to 5 grams of creatine per day experienced dramatic improvements. They gained more strength, more lean muscle mass, and even better cognitive function compared to those who did not supplement. Creatine works by replenishing ATP, the energy currency your muscles rely on to contract effectively. It also helps maintain cellular hydration, which keeps muscle fibers resilient and less likely to waste away. This small daily addition can translate into stronger lifts, steadier balance, and sharper mental performance, even in later decades of life. Now let us turn to vitamin B12, one of the most underestimated nutrients for muscle health and energy. The active form the body truly needs is called methylcobalamin. As we grow older, the stomach naturally produces less acid, and this dramatically reduces the ability to absorb B12 from food. The problem is made even worse when medications enter the picture. Common prescriptions like proton pump inhibitors used for acid reflux or metformin prescribed for diabetes can strip the body of even more B12. This matters because vitamin B12 is essential for nerve signaling and the formation of red blood cells. Without it, muscles are not properly oxygenated and cannot respond efficiently to signals from the nervous system. Zinc, selenium, and chromium each contribute in powerful ways. They regulate insulin sensitivity, help stabilize blood sugar, and facilitate protein synthesis, the very process that repairs and grows muscle tissue. A 5-year longitudinal study from Tufts University found that seniors with optimal levels of these micronutrients were able to maintain 22% more muscle mass compared to those who were deficient. That is the difference between moving confidently and struggling to stay independent. Here is the reality. Taking a one-size-fits-all multivitamin is not always the answer. Superagers use micronutrient testing to pinpoint their personal deficiencies. They supplement only what their unique biochemistry requires. This approach saves money, avoids unnecessary doses, and ensures the body receives exactly what it needs. Because without these small nutrients, even the best diet and the most consistent exercise program will fall short. With them, the effects of every healthy habit multiply, creating a foundation of strength that lasts. This brings us to habit number 2, preserving neuromuscular connections. This is a fact that most people have never heard. Muscle loss with age is not only about shrinking fibers, it is also about communication breaking down. By the time we reach our 60s and 70s, the connection between the brain and the muscles begins to weaken. This connection, called the neuromuscular junction, is like the electrical outlet where the nervous system plugs into the muscle. If that outlet fails, the signal does not get through, and no amount of protein or resistance training will help if the message from the brain never arrives. Here is where the hope lies. Research from the University of Michigan has shown that seniors with exceptional strength well into their 80s consistently have stronger, healthier neuromuscular connections. They are not simply lifting weights, they are doing specific practices to preserve and strengthen that brain-to-muscle link. These methods are not extreme, they are subtle, consistent, and highly effective. One of the most impactful strategies is training the brain and body together. Activities that require coordination, rhythm, and precision work, wonders for the neuromuscular system. Dancing, Tai Chi, table tennis, or even a few rounds of tennis are not just fun, they are training the nervous system to fire with accuracy. A 2020 study confirmed that seniors who engaged in coordination-focused exercises just twice a week preserved their neuromuscular connections 31% better than those who only relied on traditional strength training. That difference is the key to moving with agility, stability, and confidence well into later years. Number 2, they nourish the neuromuscular system from within. Supporting the body chemically is just as essential as physical training. Certain nutrients have been shown to protect and even regenerate neuromuscular function. Alpha-lipoic acid and acetyl L-carnitine are two of the most studied supplements in this area. They act as shields for the delicate nerve endings at the junctions between brain and muscle, guarding them from oxidative stress. Beyond that, natural compounds such as huperzine A, extracted from Chinese club moss, and benfotiamine, a highly absorbable form of vitamin B1, have been found to enhance the production of acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is the neurotransmitter that acts like a messenger carrying signals from your brain to your muscles to tell them when to move. Without enough of it, your muscles cannot respond effectively, no matter how strong the brain's command may be. Number 3, they breathe with intention. It might sound unusual, but breathing can directly strengthen your muscles if practiced correctly. Simple vagus nerve stimulation techniques like box breathing, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4, have been shown to improve vagal tone. This in turn enhances neuromuscular signaling. Just 5 minutes a day of this practice can increase muscle activation by up to 15%. Breathing better truly means moving better. Number 4, they keep their minds sharp. Research from Columbia University revealed that brain training exercises such as crossword puzzles, memory games, or learning a new language do more than strengthen the mind. They also strengthen the body. The reason is that the same neural circuits used in thinking are also responsible for coordinating movement. Seniors who regularly stimulated their minds maintained significantly stronger neuromuscular coordination, which translated into steadier balance, quicker reactions, and fewer falls. The key takeaway is simple: you cannot train the body in isolation. If you want to remain strong and independent, you must protect the system that controls the body, your nervous system. That means using your muscles in new and challenging ways, fueling your nerves with the right nutrients, breathing with purpose, and keeping your mind engaged. Every one of these habits is safe, accessible, and can be woven into your daily routine starting now. Habit number 1, resistance exercise that builds over time. If there is one truth to hold on to from this entire guide, let it be this: the single most powerful anti-aging tool for your muscles is progressive resistance training. Not walking, not stretching, not even cardio. While every form of movement has value, none have been studied and proven to reverse age-related muscle loss as effectively as strength training. Researchers at Tufts University have gone so far as to call it the most effective medicine we have ever found to combat frailty in older adults. Here is the truth that often goes untold. Muscles live by one rule: use them or lose them. But here is the catch: simply using them is not enough. They must be challenged. Lifting the same light weights week after week, taking daily walks, or doing gentle chair aerobics will not stop muscle atrophy past the age of 60. Studies confirm that unless intensity is increased gradually, muscles will continue to shrink, just at a slower pace. So what do superagers, those in their 70s and 80s, who move with the strength of someone half their age, do differently? Number one, they train to the point of challenge. One of the greatest mistakes many seniors make is playing it too safe. They shy away from heavier weights out of fear. But ironically, it is not lifting enough that causes weakness, falls, and dependency. True resilience is built when the body is pushed carefully and progressively beyond what feels comfortable. According to a landmark study from McMaster University seniors who trained with high-intensity lifting weights until they could no longer complete another repetition with proper form, gained significantly more strength and muscle than those who trained moderately for twice as long. This process is known as transient muscle failure, and it sends the powerful signal your body needs to initiate new muscle growth. The lesson is clear. You do not need endless hours of training, but you do need focused effort. The second thing superagers do is focus on full-body compound movements instead of small isolated exercises. Rather than relying on bicep curls or leg extensions, they incorporate adapted versions of squats, deadlifts, rows, and presses adjusted for safety and mobility. These exercises recruit multiple muscle groups at once, mimicking real-life activities like standing, lifting, climbing, and pulling. The result is not only stronger muscles, but also better balance, improved coordination, and a stronger hormonal response that amplifies overall vitality. And yes, with proper guidance, these can be performed safely at any age. The third strategy is following the principle of progressive overload. This is the true secret of lifelong strength. Progressive overload means gradually increasing the challenge of your workouts by adding weight repetition sets or time under tension. Without this progression, muscles adapt plateau and eventually decline. Superagers track their improvements, striving to lift a little more, push a little further, or hold a position slightly longer with each session. Over time, these incremental steps build into remarkable gains in strength and independence. The fourth method is training the lowering phase of movement, also known as eccentric training. By focusing on the controlled lowering of a weight, such as slowly bringing down a dumbbell in a curl or easing into the bottom of a squat, muscles are placed under a more effective tension while reducing strain on the joints. This approach stimulates growth, improves safety, and is especially effective for aging bodies that need strength without excess risk. Fifth, superagers begin smart and stay consistent. Building strength does not require becoming a bodybuilder. Just 2 sessions a week, 30 minutes each, performed with proper form and moderate weights, can transform both body and mind. A 12-week study from the University of Alabama revealed that seniors on a progressive resistance program increased their strength by 35%, gained more than 3 pounds of lean muscle, and improved memory balance and joint function. This shows that strength training is not just about physical performance. It is about protecting cognition, stabilizing blood sugar, and even supporting bone density. The real danger lies not in lifting weights, but in avoiding them. The greatest mistake many seniors make is assuming resistance training is too risky, when in reality avoiding it is far more dangerous. Without it, muscles waste away, joints lose stability, and the risk of falls escalates. With it, you remain strong, upright, independent, and vibrant. The path is clear. Start small, seek proper guidance, and focus on progress rather than perfection. Every rep you complete is a message to your body, a declaration that you are choosing strength over fragility, growth over decline. Conclusion: reclaim your strength one habit at a time. Muscle loss, frailty, and dependence are not inevitable with age. They are not your destiny. The most inspiring truth is that you do not need miracle pills or extraordinary genetics. Just 7 research-backed habits practiced consistently can restore your strength, stability, and independence. Superagers are not superhuman. They are intentional. They fuel their muscles with the right nutrients, challenge their bodies just enough to grow stronger, and protect themselves against silent threats like inflammation, vitamin deficiencies, and declining neuromuscular connections. They do not do this to look younger. They do it to live fully, deeply, and freely. Whether you are just beginning noticing weakness or realizing your doctor never told you the full story, now you know. And knowledge is the first step toward taking back control of how you age. Maybe your starting point is resistance training, a protein-rich breakfast, or a simple walk in the sun. Begin today, not tomorrow, not next year. Because every day you delay is another day your body adapts to less movement, less strength, and less life. Instead, send the signal that you are not finished yet, that you are choosing to thrive, that you still have energy to give people to love, and moments to enjoy on your own 2 feet. Choose one habit today, then next week add another. You do not need to do everything at once, but you do need to begin. Strong legs, steady balance, and lasting independence are not only possible after 60, they are within reach. Let us age wisely, let us age powerfully, and most of all, let us age together, one strong step at a time.